Okay, so let's talk about how Becca said that she could see herself marrying one of these guys at the end of this. I don't believe it. It's like, sis, you were just engaged to Ari, crying, heartbroken about him, like wanting somebody else over you, and now you can see yourself getting married to one of these guys. Guys, it hasn't even been a year. It has not even been a year that she's been like broken up with Ari, but all of a sudden she could see herself marrying one of these guys. I don't believe it. The only Bachelor Nation, whatever couple that I believe, that I honestly believe is in it for the real deal is Tristan and Ryan. Because I feel like at that time, it wasn't about fame and fortune and you know, what you could get out of this and really making a life of being a reality TV star. It was really people who were just like, you know, Ryan watched her season, thought she was beautiful, wanted to meet her, came on this show and fell in love. They are the real deal. Anybody else, I don't believe. I don't believe that Becca is a Bachelor or like reality TV kind of hoe. You know what I mean? You know, people who just hoe reality TV shows. I don't think that's her, but I also don't believe that she's ready for marriage. Not with any of these dudes. Wasn't even with Ari. You know what I mean? She was going along with it. I think she is ready to be in a relationship, but I don't see marriage for this girl. Not with anybody here except for Blake. I kind of do for Blake, but I don't think right now. You know what I mean? I think they both need time, and I don't think that by the end of this, she'll be sure enough to make the right decision. Because I think she's going to pick Garrett, and we all know that she needs to pick Blake. So her mind ain't right. Her mind ain't right. No. Colton is a virgin. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily believe it, because I feel like when he said he was a virgin on this show, like 20 girls in his town was just like, really? So what we had was nothing. You know what I mean? A part of me just doesn't believe it. And I also think that he's kind of like a, he's kind of like a virgin in the Baptist kind of way, where it's like, I haven't had intercourse. Like I haven't, you know, put little Colton in a vagina, but I probably put him other places so that she can keep her virginity. You know what I mean? Like, you might be a vaginal virgin, but them other entrances, you've been in. Can we talk about poor action and why they made him swim all the way to that boat? They didn't even give that brother time to catch his breath. Everything he was saying, he was like, Colton, BECCA. Like, it was like, y'all couldn't have waited. Like, y'all had to film as soon as he got off the boat. The dude swam like 20 miles. Y'all couldn't even bring the boat closer to get him. Like, it made no sense. I felt so sorry for him. Oh, here we go with the conch jokes. For the love of conch, please stop it. We get it. Colton is a virgin. Conch sounds like cock. Enough. In the words of Taylor from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, enough. I'm over it. Like, I'm a few minutes into this episode. I'm already just like, okay, it's done. We're done. Okay, so now let's talk about Becca's reaction to Colton. It was smoother when I did post. There we go. So let's talk about Becca's reaction to Colton telling her that he's a virgin. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just do not understand what is the problem with being with a partner that is a virgin. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. And a lot of you guys, because I tweeted about this when I watched the episode, and a lot of you told me that it was edited to make it look like Becca had a problem with Colton being a virgin because she actually went to the bathroom and Colton confirmed it. Whatever. She still like stood and stared out a window after he told her, and then he was sitting there feeling awkward and weird about it. He even commented about her leaving. So there was still something there. She gave him some kind of reaction to make him feel insecure about revealing that to her. And I just don't get it. Like, what woman doesn't want a virgin? A man as a virgin. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Finally, you have a man who will listen to you when you're not being properly pleased. Them dudes that have been taking down girls all their lives, they feel like they know what they doing. So once they get in it and it ain't right, they not listening to you. You have a guy who doesn't really know what it feels like to enter into your womb. So you got to teach him, if you have had, visitors to your own personal Disneyland, you can tell him how you want things to go, and just like, that's not it. But and he'll listen, because he doesn't know, like, this is new for him, and he wants to do better. Because I feel like that's the only time, like, when a guy is a virgin and he's having sex for the first time, I feel like that's the only time when he really, like, cares about what he's doing. I think after that he's like, I got this. You know, like, you wouldn't want a guy to, like, listen to you, and, like, you know, you wouldn't want to lead out in that kind of way. Like, eventually he'll dominate and flip you and take you all on the walls and all that stuff that you want, Becca. But right now, just teach him. That's actually pretty hot. I don't get it. I don't get the whole, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be his first vagina. I need a minute. What is that? It's so weird with this society where it's like, if you are not a sexually active person, something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, as a woman, have you met men? Like, if you are a straight woman and you are abstaining, like, if you are a woman who is attracted to men, and today in 2018, I don't think it's that difficult to be like, you know what? I don't need it today. You know, men are awful. Can we be real? They are awful. They need a lot of work. They need a lot of work. So sometimes you don't even feel like them. You know what I mean? So it's not weird. You know what I mean? Then there are people who are, like, asexual. Then there are people who just don't feel like it. Then you got, like, people who are, like, introverts. Let me tell you something. I'm sometimes, I hate that about myself. I really am working on it, but I'm the kind of person who I can only be around people for a short period of time. Then I get overwhelmed and I just need a break. And, like, a break meaning a couple weeks. I will go out to a party and have the best time ever. Then I'm like, I don't need to ever be around that many people again for a very long time. So it's not weird for people to not want to be around others or even be intimate like that. Sometimes you just want to be alone. Sometimes you just don't feel like it. Sometimes you've been done so dirty by the opposite sex you don't even feel like it. You know, like, I don't know. I just think it's so weird that this was made a big deal, that he's a man in 2018 who hasn't had sex. It's not that abnormal. I know people who are virgins who are not even, like, religious. It's just like, I don't feel like it. I know women who are abstaining from having sex because they're just like, I want certain things in my career, and I know if I have a child right now, or if I get mixed up in a relationship, my focus will be, you know, taken a different way. And I think that's probably what Colton was doing. He was focused on other things and wanting to get in a certain place before he, you know, created a life or got into a relationship or made because it's a big step. It really, really is. So I don't know. That just bothered me. It bothered me that it was such a big deal. It bothered me that he was ashamed to say it. I'm like, we're pro-ho. We could be pro-virgin too. Like, it's room for everybody. We could be pro-asexual. You know what I mean? It's room for people who want to bang all the time, and there's room for people who don't feel like it. There's space for all of us. And Colton, if you ever want to experience... He's so fine though, but he trash, Nikki. Remember. Let me get back to this figure. I'm just saying, you got a fine, rock hard virgin, and you shook. Ha! Wouldn't be me. We would be experiencing heaven together, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because if Tia don't work out, I won't tell y'all though. If any, I won't tell my subscribers. Woo! I let that warm vanilla sugar. Let me stop. So Blake is digressing into his Lifetime movie of the week. Leading guy in, like, one of them college movies where my boyfriend stalked me all of September. One of those. He's falling back into that a bit. I don't think he likes rejection. Blake does not like rejection. And you can see it on him. However, I still think he's the best pick. Despite that, I still think that he's the best pick. Like, Wills to me seems like a player. Eddie Munson needs a haircut. Garrett is just on a big vacation with his bros. He is like not even focused on Becca at this point. And Colton is a scammer. Blake is the best choice. I don't know why any of these other dudes are still here. I guess because it's a whole TV show. But Blake is the best choice. Even with, him having an issue with rejection, which is why I don't think that they should get married right away. I think they need to do counseling for a year so he can work on accepting no and being okay with it. Because when he feels like he's being rejected, something happens to him and I don't like it. But I don't think it's like, I don't think it's a huge red flag. It's a tiny one. A tiny one that can be disintegrated with therapy. And no shade to Becca, right? I like her. I do. I feel like she's a boring bachelorette. And I hate to say that. And it took me a really long time to get here. But I got to be honest with you guys. Like, I want to remain truthful and honest here because we're all sharing our opinions. And with this being my platform, I want to make sure that I am, being open with you guys and telling y'all the truth because I've just been struggling to really, I don't know, care? I feel bad saying it. Like, care about her journey. I just feel like she's a boring lead and I feel bad for saying that. But can we be real? Rachel had my comment section popping. Every episode, it was like there were people who either loved her, nobody hated her, but or disagreed with her decisions. Everybody loved Rachel, but there were people who were diehard Rachel fans. No matter what she did, they were just like, no. And then there were people who were just like, I love her, but this is the wrong pick. So we were always going back and forth. It was always Liddy in my comment section. It was just lively because she was a lively bachelorette. Even her, confessionals, they were like up and down. It was like an emotional roller coaster. She was funny. She knew how to read. She had sass. She had tenacity. She was a fun bachelorette. I enjoyed her season. I don't enjoy this season with Becca. I feel like you know what? I hate to say it, sis. I feel like for me, she's a female Ari because I'm more interested in the Bachelors than I am in the Bachelorette. And as a woman, we ride for the Bachelorette. Like, that's our chick. That's why I tuned in the first place. Because not only was it a Bachelorette, it was a sister. So I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? And now, after what Ari did to Becca, although I wanted it to be CN and Tia, before I found out that Tia was trash, CN or Tia, I was like, okay, with Becca because I felt for her. But y'all, whew, she's just like the same. It's like one note. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be here. Okay, girl, who believes that? I don't. And I feel bad for saying it because I think she's a nice person. It's just, yeah, for you to be the lead, I just would want more. And I think, and again, I was in and out on this franchise. So I don't know if all of the Bachelor and Bachelorettes were boring. But I remember Trista. I remember crying, during her season. I remember just being so invested. I remember being very invested in Rachel's season. I didn't watch Juan Carlos' season, but I had Twitter then, and I knew that he had people heated. He was an interesting character, and I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? And I'm still Team Becca because I like her as a person, but it's just, whoo, she's just hard to get behind as a lead. As a lead. I would have loved for her to have been a co-star, but as a lead, I'm like, sis, you got to give me something else. I'm tuning in for 2 hours every Monday. I need more. First of all, let's talk about this date with Becca and Garrett. Who the hell did the audio? Because I didn't hear anything they said. The waves were so loud. And I'm like, guys, I got iMovie on my computer. I have a noise cancellation device on a noise cancellation selection that you can select on iMovie to take out the background noise. If you hear background noise, it's because I'm editing on my phone and not on my computer. Listen, it's quicker. So, but in saying that, you have it on a freaking MacBook Pro. I know they're using something even more like high tech than my little, laptop computer. So I have no idea why the waves were so loud and they kept this in. Like, guys, it is not that hard to cancel out audio. And if the audio was a problem, why did y'all film them by the beach? It just made no sense. I didn't know what Garrett or Becca said to each other on that date, and it was a really long scene. It just didn't make any sense. I'm like, why did y'all keep that in? It made absolutely no sense. Blake. Blake is selfish in certain ways. He likes his partner's attention to solely be on him, because even when he's talking about Becky, he's like, she has to know what I'm going through. She does. She's been there before, right? But she's also dating 6 men, and she has to give them her attention as well to see if she wants to move forward with any of these guys. So I know he really likes her. It just doesn't make any... It's just not a good excuse for him to be like, oh, because he likes her, it's okay. And some of you guys have mentioned that Blake is just really passionate. I understand that. It's not coming off in a way that is not alarming. Little flag alarming though, like little red flag. It's still like, that's the only thing about him. I feel like he's a selfish partner, and every time he does that, every time he gets kind of aggressive emotionally with Becca spending time with the other guys, it always leads me back to him and those freaking text messages. Because any way he slices it, he took her phone and he was in the bathroom going through her text messages. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't. It's still not enough for me to cancel him out, because I think he's the best pick. But I do think that the both of them are going to need to be in therapy if they move forward in their relationship. He's a good guy. I like him for her. But he has to know that women in his life that he loves will not harm or betray him. And that's the problem. His mother left his father for somebody else. They got a divorce, and he blamed, the whole school knew, so he blamed his mom, and it was, for him, that was a betrayal, because it was the breaking down of his home, in a sense. And what he knew to be his home was no more, because his mother slept with somebody else and decided that she wanted to be with this guy over her father, so she chose to break up the home. So that's the first woman in his life, the woman that gave him life. He feels betrayed by her. Then his girlfriend that he loved or was about to marry or whatever, she is, found out to be deceitful. And I don't think, from looking at it, it seems like she wanted to break up with him, but she knows how he is. So her girlfriend was probably encouraging her, like, girl, if you're not happy, get out of the relationship. And he read those text messages. So it's another person that he loved who no longer wanted to be with him. And he found out through text messages and not from the person. So he doesn't really trust women. And that's what I see in his behavior towards Becca. Like, I see him reacting to her in a way where it's just like, she can't do anything wrong. Like, she can't do anything that he deems to be like moving away from him or falling for somebody else, or it's you gotta constantly please and reassure Blake and let him know that you are here for him, that you love him. And it's not fair. It's not fair to the woman who will be in his life, because Becca will be doing work to prepare him from the damage that other women did. So that's why I'm just like, he needs to get that healing, and it stems from his mom. You know what I mean? They both need to sit down. Maybe they need to all go to family therapy, and he needs to figure out what's the deal here and how he can get past that, because he's going to continue to go through his life feeling like he can't trust women, because the one woman in his life, his world, the one who gave him life, betrayed him. And that's how he's looking at it as a kid. Like, you betrayed me, you betrayed my father, you broke up our home. I cannot trust you. And if you can't trust your mama, then you can't trust the wife that's coming into your life. So if he gets that fixed, perfect. Right now, he's a good dude, but he will be the perfect man for Becca after family therapy. So let's talk about Garrett and my messy subscribers who sent me to his wedding video, which was really beautiful, and it was sad. And I do agree with you guys. She does look like Becca. She does look like Becca. I want to talk about the fact that every time he gets some time alone with Becca, it's like he is trying to convince her that this ex-wife was awful. And every time he tries to convince Becca of that, something in me just doesn't trust that. And I'm just like, what's his ex-wife's name? Like, listen, Garrett's ex-wife, sis, we need the tea. Go to People Magazine. They are a trustworthy source. Give them all the tea. We need to know what's going on, because he has been dragging you for filth on this show. And we, the female delegation, do not believe Garrett. We want the true tea, sis. Sit down with People Magazine and give us that interview that we all are looking for. Or go on Good Morning America. They messy as well, early in the morning. Go on that show and let us know what's going on. Give us the real tea, because we don't believe Garrett at all. And also what I don't like, and why I keep on, like, Garrett keeps on giving me pause, because there's a part of me that's just like, he's a sweetheart, right? And then there's just a part of me that's just like, we don't know who this dude is. We don't know who he is. And then when he's talking about his marriage and how it fell apart, he takes no responsibility. Everything is the ex-wife, and to me, that's not a mature response, because it takes two. And if there is a desolation of a marriage, you have to take some responsibility as somebody who was in it. You have to be like, well, you know what? I wasn't communicating here. I wanted to be in the marriage. They decided to leave, but I have to realize that they have been asking me to communicate with them, and I wasn't. So by the time I wanted to listen, they were already done. Something. But the fact that she didn't have the same values, or she didn't listen, or she was mean to my family, and she was controlling me, and it's something else. It's something there, and I just don't like that. Like, he didn't take responsibility in anything. Like, dude, you were Prince Charming, and this girl was horrible, terrible, and you were just amazing. And so you finally decided to get out of it because she was horrid. And then you have your family backing that up. I don't know. That bothers me, that there's nothing that he felt like he could have done differently, or even the way he's talking about her. I'm like, okay. For me, would be attractive with a man who was divorced, who was trying to win my affection and my hand in marriage. To me, would be attractive if him saying, you know what I learned from that? I could have done this. Or I should have done this, or we probably should have waited, or I wasn't ready, and I was just trying to follow something. I loved her, but I knew I wasn't quite the guy for her. Or if he said something where it's like, we were fighting a lot, we didn't get along in the end, I wish her the best. And although it was ugly those last few months of the relationship, I don't want to talk bad about her. It didn't work out. We were too young. We didn't really know each other. We became different people once we got older, and we just had to move forward. Like, I would respect him if he just didn't like dog her out, because regardless of it not working or not, that was your wife. You know what I mean? And you're not even covering her in any kind of way. Like, this was somebody that you loved enough to get down on one knee, to marry, to go before the courts, to go before God and your family. Like, there had to be something there that was lovely about her to make you do that. So now that it's over, she's this horrible person. It doesn't sit well with me, and it's not attractive. And I cannot believe that Rachel, what's her name, BECCA, that BECCA is getting googly-eyed over that. That would be, I'm telling you, that would bother me. That would be a huge red flag for me. Like, wait a minute. So you did nothing wrong. She was a horrid, wretched beast. And I'm supposed to believe that, and having not met this girl and not knowing her side of the story. Woman. We all know how these dudes talk about, especially the trash dudes, talk about the ex. Oh, she crazy, she this, she that. Then you meet the girl, you're like, oh, what's wrong with her? Oh, the problem with her was you. You know what I mean? Maybe you're just a trash dude and you bring out horrible things in her. I don't know. I just didn't like it. You know what it reminded me of? And we talked about this before. It reminds me of, I'm going to be very specific. It reminds me of a guy who was trying to date me years ago. White dude, right? When, like, we first met, so sweet, so charming. But then he started, like, making these comments about, like, white women and compared to black women. And it was all, like, negative about white women. They're this, they're that, they can't do this. Thinking that I was the type of chick to think that that was cute. And all it did was just sound off alarms. You know what I mean? It just bothered me, because I'm like, you mean to tell me you don't like white women, you're not attracted to white women, you got a problem with white women, you came out of a white woman, like the vagina you came out of, you got an issue with. and you trying to get into mine, the devil is a lie and the truth ain't in them, it will not happen. It bothered me because I'm just like, so all these white women in your life, you damn near 30, all these white women that you have met are wretched. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. And it's all, so I've always been very alarmed by God. And it ended up being him. Like, he ended up being horrible. He was so horrible to the fact that the white woman was just like not messing with him. So he came over to the black woman because he thought we wouldn't see, his, horridness. But I caught it. So that's what it reminds me of. Like, those guys, like any man that is talking bad about an ex or just a certain culture of women or a certain type of woman, it's because that chick clocked his mess, or those women clocked his wretchedness, and he can't do the stuff that he did with them. So he's trying to jump over to another ship and talking to your head and getting you all capped up so you won't be able to communicate with the women or the woman that he did dirty. That's what it is. I feel like he's playing the game. Like, he's talking to her and saying all these things because he probably know the show is messy and the producers are probably going to bring that chick on this show for her to have a sit down with BECCA. Oh, I hope they do that. You know what? Mike is messy enough to do it. And listen, this is a TV show. That's going to be some good TV. I hope she step on the scene. I really do, because we haven't had any ex-girlfriends. There's normally like an ex on any of these shows. We have not had any kind of ex coming on the show. So I really hope Garrett's ex-wife shows up and flips the table. I need to see it because I need to hear her side of the story. She cannot be this wretched. She cannot be this wretched, and he is just, Jesus Christ superstar. I don't believe it. Nope. So far, Colton is the first hometown. I'm not surprised by that. He excites her loins. Gary gets the second hometown. I am not shocked. I'm disappointed because I'm just like, what has he done? What has he done to get to this point where you want to see his family and find out more about this dude? Like, he's done nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, she's still in her head about that van. That was a cute little trick. After that, what else have you learned about him? Besides that his ex-wife is a wildebeest. That's all you know. Is that his ex-wife is a wildebeest, according to him. He has a van that had toys in it and sliced, oranges, whatever, for the kid. Girl, what? For the life of me, I have no idea how Eddie Munster made it this far. I am confusion. Can we talk about the Baja Men? Like, why in the hell are we in the early 2000s? This is not Ari season. So we should not be in the early 2000s anymore. I don't understand why the Baja Men are here. Who is casting the musical acts? I believe it's probably Kenny Rogers. That would be the only thing that would make sense. Kenny Rogers as the musical acts casting director. That's the only thing that comes to mind that would make sense. Kenny, if you're casting for this show, honey, you gotta know when to hold him. Hey, hey. Know when to fold him. Hey. Know when to walk away. Blake is our third hometown date. I'm happy for him because I feel like he really, really likes her. I don't think any of the guys really like BECCA. I think that Blake is the only one who was really, truly into her outside of the show. I think he will be the real deal. Also, I want to get to the hometowns for Blake because I want to meet his messy family. The way he put his family's tea out on the street. Child, he threw his mother under every bus in Colorado, okay? He told all of her tea, and I want to meet Messy Mama. I say it all the time, and I am going to say it again. I feel like there is some financial bonus for contestants who get hometown dates because on each and every one of these shows, whether it be The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, they are all excited and like really dead set on getting a hometown. For instance, these men are talking about hometown dates like it's the end all be all. Nobody is talking about being a husband. What kind of husband they'll be for BECCA? The family, can they support her? Is she emotionally ready for something like this? Like, none of them are asking or talking about the husband, role or asking husband questions. They are all focused on a hometown date. I think it's a financial bonus, and I think I'm right. I don't know if this is, I don't know this for sure, but I feel like by the way they're acting, even on the Bachelor, the women are like, I gotta get a hometown. I gotta get a hometown. It's money in this. It has to be. Leo. The other guys can give you a house and financial stability. I can give you love. In the words of my grandmother, love is good, but it don't pay the bills. Like, you need love and a job. You can't be loving me while we homeless. You can't be loving me while my car is getting repoed. I don't feel like it. You know, like, don't touch me. You ain't got no money. We suffering. I can't believe he went on national TV and said that. And this is, again, why I don't think these guys are into her. Because Leo, like, cut himself. He basically told her he didn't want a hometown date. That he was just not, you know, in the running for this. And, like, BECCA acted like she sent him home, but I'm like, Leo packed his own bags. He sent you home. Poor nice legs, though. Like, thick, nice brown legs. Like a nice little chicken tender. Wills. I'm glad Wills got cut because now he can go and be with Just Call Me Waf. Okay, Wafama, you got your melanated man because I didn't believe nothing that he said, nothing that he did. I always felt like he was a player. I did not feel like he was into BECCA. This whole emotional, I gotta get out the car and cry. Well, I'm gonna let you slide, but game, recognize game. I'm telling you, he's gonna go to paradise, right? And under that sun, that man is going to get darker. Those hazel eyes and that dark skin is going to have them women go bananas. I'm telling you, a dark-skinned man with light eyes, woo! Kryptonite for the female form. They gonna be messed up. They gonna be messed. He gonna mess all them women up. He gonna mess them all up. You know what? I hope that Y is... I hope that you are reviewing Paradise so that you can just see Wills just get darker and darker under that sun. And I just want to watch a reaction as this man gets finer and finer and finer throughout the season. You know what? Just thinking about it, I'm kind of getting excited. He gonna look good. Ooh, child. You know, I'm an equal opportunity lover, right? But I love a melanated man. Woo! Speaking of melanin, do you see me? I'm getting a little darker too. Like, you know, I love my little brown skin self, right? But like under the sun, I get like a dark, unpenetrated chocolate. You know, I'm like a pure, dark chocolate. And I look a little bit more, I feel more regal. You can call me Queen Nikki. You see it? You see my regalness? Melanin. Melanated! You have to make me a jingle. Michael Strahan is my dream crush. And then proceeds to send all the people of color men home. Like, all the black men, anybody else who was a non-black minority, send them home. Send them home. Kept all the white dudes. Sure, BECCA. Like, she wants to bang a Michael Strahan type of guy, but bringing a Michael Strahan type of guy home, not with that uncle. I see it. I see it. Party boy from the Midwest, the dude that is the love child of Eddie Munster in American Psycho, and the scam king all get hometown dates. Wow. And yes, I left Blake off of that because he is, you know, pure and untouched. Colton might be a virgin, but Blake, that's the pure one here. I will not put him in this reality TV hoe kind of category. He's the real deal. They all get hometown dates. This wasn't my final four for BECCA, but she picked the ones that worked for her. I don't know why Colton is there. I mean, I know why. Scam king or not, he's still tasty. But I just felt like, you know, she could have put somebody else in there. I don't know. Venmo? You know, let me stop. I just like Venmo because he gonna be able to take care of a woman. You know what I mean? I'm paying rent and all these kind of bills. Let me find a Venmo billionaire. How you guys are just like, well, he didn't create Venmo. He had to create Venmo. Whatever. He created an app that is like nationwide. Universal, Nikki, what? The aliens are using this app. You know what I'm saying. This app is very lucrative and he created that. So his checks are starting at like 500K. Listen, ladies, listen. The world is not fair to women. You need to find a good guy that can take care of you. You can take care of yourself, right? But it ain't nothing like knowing your man got you. He can get you in other areas, but knowing he got you financially. So you can be reckless with your credit card this month because John, the Venmo billionaire, got me. God Gotta teach the young ones. So that's where this episode ends. But before I go into the next episode, can we please talk about how Wills was trying his damnedest to get the Bachelor role? Like, he was giving me so much drama and all this walking off. And I'm like, dude, you're going to paradise. They not get if they're going to pick a black bachelor, a black male bachelor, it's not going to be you, Wills. It's not. Wills is too. He has too much like black machismo for that role. You know what I mean? They were one. Like, Rachel was sassy, but not, you know, stereotypically sassy. Like, she had enough sassy where it can be acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Rachel couldn't have done that on that network. So I knew Wills probably wouldn't get it. Like, they would need a black guy like what kind of black man would be good for this role? What's his name? The dude that got cut. He would be good. What is his name? We all loved him. He was a football player. Great looking guy, great body. He went home because he hurt himself. Clark or Clint? Clay! Clay would be the perfect bachelor for like an ethnic bachelor for a black one. He would be the perfect kind. He would be the perfect kind because he is somebody that is a safe kind of black guy. Wills is not a safe kind of black guy. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell that he has like white friends and, you know, it has been acclimated within the white community. He still will intimidate certain kind of white men. You know what I mean? Clay won't because he's been acclimated just enough. You know, with the voice alone. It's like if Clay had a voice like, if he talked like Offset, can we be real? He would not be a bachelor pick, but I feel like Clay might be a bachelor pick. I really, really do. I will watch that season. The voice is unattractive, but he's a great guy, and I wouldn't be opposed to him being the Bachelor. Nah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. So that's where this episode ends. Let's go to episode 8.